Matthews definitely has his hands full, but let's see if the vet can pull it off.
Lachlan McNeil, the redshirt sophomore, Toronto, Ontario, the All-American from a season ago. 4th place showing in Tulsa. Jack Gioffre, his opponent from Virginia, grew up on the West Coast. Just 10 miles outside Fresno, Clovis, California, Buchanan High School. The Gioffre brothers. 2 of them found their way to Charlottesville.
You good? 3 red, takedown.
3 points for Virginia Tech takedown for Tom Crook.
McNeil so far is doing an excellent job working in those ties. Heavy snap, just a little elbow control here. See if he can work out of his front head. But both guys are staying active in those ties, trying to find the angle, trying to put the pressure on their opponent, catch them off balance so they can get the attack that they want. Good action so far.
Steve Garland in Virginia, when you watch Gioffre, much like what we saw at 125 with Monteperto, this is Jack's return to the lineup. He is one of those guys who was injured this season. His last match was back on February 9th. So a month to the day, the sophomore at 13-5, trying to figure out a way to win this scramble against the All-American McNeil.
So McNeil, excellent shot there. Put pressure on the head, drop down on the ankle. Trying to work through the back here. If he can get that ankle free, so he's leaning forward, trying to improve his position. He's close here. If he can keep leaning forward, keep his hips low. He's got that over-under lock and that far ankle. The key is he's keeping that far ankle, working his hips low and away, trying to get square, and now he's underneath that arm. He's very close to the takedown here.
Looking up at the official saying, when am I going to get my 3? And just as he did that, the 3 is given. And now he looks for that turn and tilt, trying to get some back points here. Has that arm trapped. He'll try again. Good job there by Gioffre to roll through, but he's not out of the woods yet. Now he is. Gets back to his base.
Well, I love the tilt shot. An excellent job there by McNeil, getting the takedown and then right away transitioning into that tilt. Trap that wrist. You see he's working again for it, elevating that far leg. A great way to chain your attacks up.
Constant pressure by McNeil since he was given that takedown, and finally the action carries both wrestlers out of bounds. And a busy, busy month for Lachlan McNeil. Traveled to Acapulco last month to compete both the Pan Am Championship and also the Pan American Olympic Games qualifier. Made it all the way to the finals, 1 win away from punching his ticket to the Paris Olympic Games, losing, ironically, to Austin Gomez, who is going to be wrestling for a Big Ten championship later today.
A nice escape there at the end of the period by Gioffre, making himself dangerous, putting McNeil in an uncomfortable situation, getting awarded with the escape there.
Tony Ramos, 7th season for the associate head coach. Career he had. He knows a thing or two about wrestling internationally as well. Won the national championship in 2014. Long-standing assistant coach for the Tar Heels. Tell you what, you see Tony all over the country on his recruiting trips. Just such a wonderful ambassador for this sport. Key part of this North Carolina wrestling program, from his assistant chair with Rob Cole coming in for year 1.
They're doing some great things here at North Carolina, and I just remember being in the room yesterday, just those guys having fun. They started practice off with the game, and then right away it went to switch the intensity. Right, they're drilling, they're going through their motions, but with an intensity. And Tony, you mentioned at the end of practice, said, you know, we got to stay calm through the violence. And you can see that through McNeil right now, the way he's wrestling through these situations, through the positions. Right, he's calm, he's cool, he's collected. But when it's time to go, he's going. You see right there, and on another leg attack, slowly working through the position, staying disciplined, see if he can finish here.
Gioffre up into the air, waterfall position, trying to work his way out of bounds. You see McNeil with that left foot. He's going to try to keep that foot in, while at the same time still improving his position, but just not enough real estate. A stalemate is called. Tony, who's so fun to talk to, he came over before we were on the air today, and he went right over to Anthony and talked about this famous 7-minute mile. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, Tony just mentioned that some of his guys, you know, he had mentioned to his guys that I had ran a 7-minute mile. He's like, so what's your excuse? You got to do the best of what you have. And, you know, I can't say I can still run that 7-minute mile. Like I say, I bulked up in the upper body, so I'm a little bit slower. But, you know, it's just an honor. You know, Tony Ramos doing some great things in North Carolina with those wrestlers, inspiring them to be just all-around wrestlers, but all-around good men. So,
well, I bet you might not be able to do a 7-minute mile because you bulked up now, but I bet you can do more pull-ups than you could back in your day in Tempe.
Can definitely do some more pull-ups. I'm top heavy now. That's what I say.
McNeil able to get another takedown, starting to create a little separation. 7-1, Lachlan McNeil. I mean, you just talk about the emotional roller coaster for these athletes, especially in these Olympic years where they're trying to capture an NCAA championship and an Olympic dream, all in a matter of weeks. You see McNeil, the technician, going to work.
McNeil, I like how he's relentless with his pressure. He's staying on his attacks. Because earlier on, he was battling through the position. They went out of bounds. He wasn't awarded the takedown, but he went right back to his attacks rather than kind of get frustrated, rather than stop attacking. It's like, okay, push it aside, next position, next attack. Let's keep this rolling, keep that intensity high, just like they train.
Commanding performance here by McNeil. 1:30 of riding time. 7-1. Gioffre having a tough time, able to get the point.
Gioffre there with the shot, just not able to attack those legs. And again, right there, McNeil, great job with the counter attack. Stuff in the initial from Gioffre, dropping right down into his legs. Way to take advantage of the situation. That's just mat strategy, mat awareness, right? Know what's going on in the match. You know your opponent's got their back against the wall. You know they have to pick up their pace and be more aggressive. So that's going to open them up to a little bit more of your counter attack. So way to be patient there and see those openings. Okay, I'm going to switch to my counters now. You saw an opening, you took it.
No problems in this opening round for McNeil, who's juggling the freestyle and folk style world. In fact, his last college match was back on February 9th, losing to Cole Matthews of Pitt before he began the freestyle training, kicked that into high gear, trying to represent Team Canada at the Olympics. Now back to his college dreams, and that goes back to the point, Anthony, these athletes anymore, that the mental toll this sport takes and what they're able to overcome. So impressive.
Yeah, I'm extremely impressed. I mean, just going through the college season alone is exhausting, right? The ups and the downs, what you have to put your body through. You have to do that and compete in the freestyle circuit. I mean, that takes a lot. But, you know, these guys, they have big goals, they have big expectations, and they pay the price for what they want. You know, it's all about just working hard in the wrestling room, of course, but being smart about it. How do you approach your training? How do you approach chasing after your goals? It's a little bit extra physical.
Frustration tap there by Gioffre. McNeil gave it right back to him. Just a second to go. And ACC fans are going to get Cole Matthews and Lachlan McNeil in the semifinals later today in this loaded weight class at 141.
Solid match by Lachlan. You see right there, getting his legs away. Counter attack there, dropping in on that single leg, cutting across for the far ankle, just climbing up the body. So just a little bit of frustration, extra physical there, posting up pressure. You got to maintain your composure. Win or lose, got to carry yourself the right way. So.